Welcome to Oilersnation Everyday with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
In a tournament that features Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Austin Matthews, the Tkachuk brothers, it's Samuel Havlaj, who steals the show on day one. Let's get into it with the lead. An Olympic record for the Slovakian goalie, Samuel Havlaj. I think I nailed it that last time. Welcome into Oilers Nation Every Day. We are live from the Sports Closet studio where you probably can't get a Samuel Havlaj jersey, but maybe you want one after watching him put together an impressive performance to open up the men's side of the ice hockey tournament at the Winter Games. The show is a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 123 Snipe Show in on the YouTube says Slovakia money line was too easy. Sounds like he's going to be having a nice big lunch with that money he's won. Probably a hungry guy if he's betting Slovakia money line. Anyways, Tyler and Liam with you, getting ready to talk a whole bunch of things today on the show. Olympics, potential changes coming out of the break for the Edmonton Oilers.
Why is that his name?
I don't know why that's his name.
What's his Twitter name right now?
If I say that, I fear he'd go to jail. We also have more updates on athletes participating in the biathalon stealing the show.
Yeah, biathlon athletes have come a long way.
Yeah.
And, there's always this talk. We only pay attention to these people every 4 years. Mm-hmm. This sport will never grow if you don't watch it between the Olympics. It's like, oh, yeah? Well, why don't you go cheat on your girlfriend and publicly admit it on national television? That'll get more eyes on it. Now we've got this other one today. You want to grow the game, do something about it. That's what I say.
They say you only talk about these athletes every 4 years. You never give them attention otherwise. I read the stories coming out of the biathlon and I say probably for the best.
You know what I say? They got access. Access was granted, stories were given.
Yep.
But you know what? And I can't wait to sit down and not analyze it.
I can't wait for our Winter Games What's Trending segment coming up in a little bit. Plenty to get to on the show. Jeff Marek is our guest. He's going to join us actually pretty quick here. He's going to pop on. He's just wrapping up the sheet on the Daily Face-Off YouTube. So excited to have Jeff on to pick his brain on a couple of Olympic storylines as we head into things. But first, Liam, do we want to start with a little bit of Edmonton Oilers talk? Because Elliotte Friedman had a pretty interesting report yesterday about the Oilers and what they could look like coming out of the Olympic break. I don't know if did you happen to see it?
Was it on the other show?
It was on Oilers Now.
You were going to say his name.
Bob Stauffer. On Oilers Now.
I did listen, but remind me.
On Oilers Now, Elliotte Friedman said that the Edmonton Oilers are going to look different after the Olympic break. Again, pretty definitive from Freach. The Edmonton Oilers are going to look different after the Olympic break. He adds he's not sure if trades will happen immediately after the break, but with lots of GMs in Italy talking business, Friedman says changes are coming. So when you hear Elliotte Friedman say that changes are coming and the Edmonton Oilers will look different coming out of the Olympic break, where does your head go to?
I think it might be easier to eliminate what I don't expect to happen. I don't expect a significant coaching change. I don't think Knobloch's going anywhere by any means.
I think if that was the case, he would have already been gassed.
That's probably fair too.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're allowed to be fired right now.
I think you're allowed to do whatever you want to coaches.
Allowed to do whatever. So can you read the exact quote to me again? He expects changes.
Yes.
I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's a couple trades.
I think it's probably something along the lines of Mangiapane out the door. Yeah. Just because I know you and I have been holding on to hope that maybe Adam Henrique won't be ready for the rest of the regular season.
I got a sneaky suspicion he will be.
I think he's going to play.
Yeah. And I think it might have been different, if they had played better.
The PK needs Adam Henrique, possibly.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, the PK's been terrible. Man, I'm going nuts right now. Look at this little tuft of hair I got right here.
McTuft.
I can't get rid of it, no matter how I try to tuck my hair into my hat.
Just turn your hat around.
I did, but I don't like the way the green on this hat. Also, I wore this hat yesterday, so I don't want to have the same hat back-to-back shows.
You can
showing.
wear hats multiple times.
No, I like to rotate.
It's
I like
also a new good hat.
It is a new good hat, but I got this little tuft here, and I can't do
this
anything
one?
with it.
Oilersnation.
No, because it's dude, you know how dumb I'd look in a fitted flat brim?
I don't think this will fit me.
I'd like to find out.
7 and 1. Jesus.
That's so small. It's 7 1/8.
1 quarter. I feel like a priest.
You look like a cook.
Yeah, you do look like a
Don't
cook.
lift my hat. I've been cooking a lot. You just get a little ratatouille underneath.
That's actually how we do the show. There's a rat under Liam's hat controlling everything he says. Anyways, I think the change they're talking about is just moving out Mangiapane to make the necessary cap space. We got to knock it off before Jeff gets here and we get into some real business.
A
Business.
couple
This is
minutes.
snapbacks with white boys from suburbs.
Yeah.
This is the real look.
Is that Vanilla Ice? British Vanilla Ice, English
Thank
Vanilla
you,
Ice.
thank
Sorry, caught myself that time. I just don't think there's going to be anything significant in the way of like a first round pick out the door. Like I think they're going to wait till closer to the deadline to do that, and they'll have a couple of weeks after the deadline to make that work.
Yeah.
I think it's very obviously going to be Mangiapane out and some lower cap hit player back or potentially no player back. Because, again, they need Mangiapane out to activate Adam Henrique. This is not like you're moving out Mangiapane and then enjoying $3.6 million in cap space for a little bit. This needs to be done if Henrique's coming back, which also maybe allows me to believe that they have a deal that isn't like a Mangiapane for Fogle. It's a Mangiapane for straight-up cap space.
So I believe they need 120,000
Is that all it is?
to activate Adam Henrique, which is interesting, obviously. So that would give them, if it's
you're right.
120,000, that would mean the Oilers have 2.88 million to spend in cap space, right?
Yep.
If they were to move Mangiapane in this sense.
No, 3.4 something.
Okay. Math.
Because Mangiapane's 3.6.
Oh, yeah. He's not. Henrique's 3. Yeah, I think it's probably just something so simple as that to begin with. And it just makes sense. Like, they clearly value Adam Henrique. I don't know. The bottom 6 is, I think it looked good to start with, but it definitely faded out a little bit. But I would suspect that's a lone move for now. And then I think they're going to trust that Wallman can get back up to pace. He really needs to figure out his shit, to be honest.
He was not good.
He just
Since coming back.
doesn't look in shape yet.
No.
The game ready, you know?
And it is hard. Like we saw this with Ekholm a year ago when he missed that
Yeah.
stretch in training camp, and like
Took him a while.
it took him a long time to get back up to speed.
He said this year, too, it took him until December till he felt like, oh, I'm good now.
And you saw it in the results too.
Yeah, it definitely did. So I would suspect they're going to give Jake Wallman that grace as well, but it's only 4 games until the trade deadline once they get back into the swing of
Really?
things. I think it's 4 or 5 games you always have before. Yeah, I think they get back on February 25th or whatever, and then the trade deadline's the next week.
That is
It might be 5 games because I would assume they do the 3. There you go. You got Anaheim, LA,
in San Jose.
San Jose, and then Ottawa,
And then they
Carolina.
play on deadline day.
Oh,
That
on
Carolina
deadline.
game's
Yeah.
on deadline day.
So they have 4 games.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
You come back to it really quick. And that's why I think the assumption is once this freeze is over, things are going to happen pretty quick.
Yeah.
Which is as they should.
Well, and
Elliotte said yesterday too. Sorry, I don't remember if you said it or not. But basically every GM in the league is in Italy right now.
Yeah. Also, teams were allowed to accrue a cap space during this time off.
Yeah.
So there might be teams who have deals ready to go the day after the freeze lifts or whatever.
There was a report on Carolina yesterday
Really?
from Emily Kaplan. I think I saw they have might have a three-way trade on the table.
Whoa.
I know.
I am curious with the insiders being who the insiders are, if we start to see some leaks even in the week leading up. to
Maybe.
it. And I mean, listen, we kind of said this yesterday, but the Olympics are going to fly by, Liam. They're going to rip. And when
Yeah,
they do,
they always do.
like the gold medal game is 11 days from right now. Again,
that
Canada
quick.
hasn't even played yet, and the gold medal game is 11 days from now. They are going to finish this tournament on Sunday the 22nd, and by that next Wednesday, the 25th, the Edmonton Oilers are back and playing NHL hockey games. It's
Wow.
gonna boogie.
The rumor was Patrick Laine, by the way, to the Carolina Hurricanes.
Really? From Emily Kaplan.
I think it was Emily. I don't want to put words in her mouth. I'm trying to find it here. Eric Engels. How I got those two mixed up is beyond me.
Yeah, I actually don't know how you would get those mixed up.
I'm sure maybe I just saw, I don't know, the E. Either way, it would be Aho, Line obviously have the connection.
Yeah.
Ehlers, Line Winnipeg connection. Reunited. I'm not sure he'd be the guy I would completely go after, but I also understand why Carolina would have some interest in him. Still, he had a good season with Montreal and Winnipeg, obviously, way back when.
He's just been so banged up, and he's so expensive. Like, there was a report Montreal would have to eat an asset to be interested in him. That is not a guy the Edmonton Oilers need to look at.
No, they just don't have the power play spot for him.
No, and that, again, if you want to get the most out of an acquisition, Line A needs top 6 minutes in power play time. Edmonton obviously wouldn't be able to do that. But anyways, the big point of this first segment is that Elliotte Friedman says the Oilers are going to look different coming out of the break, and how exactly that is, again, the easiest thing to point to, and really the only thing that makes sense, is probably Andrew Mangiapane out the door to activate Adam Henrique. I do wonder if you want to allow me to get a little wild here.
Please.
How much did they like Josh Szymanski? How much did they like Quinn Hudson for his short stints? And do they use this break as a time to say, hey, we're going to make some tough decisions because it won't disrupt the core of the team as much as it might doing it when you're in the middle of actually playing games? Is there a Janmark move? Is there really Janmark's the only one. Like, they're not, someone in the comments already, Trent Frederick, whatever.
Freddie ain't going, folks. Get your jerseys at Sports Closet.
Yeah. If you really wanted to mix this thing up a little bit, and it's like, hey, Mangiapane, we've dumped him. It's something like Edmonton's 5th rounder for Mangiapane and a 7th rounder. And some team gets to move up a couple of rounds in the draft in order to take Mangiapane, because we are forgetting, like, he is still a useful NHL player.
Totally.
A team, I don't think he's as dead of an asset as Palat was to the Devils. It's close.
Yeah, Palat always had that defensive side, but either way,
Palat's also much older.
His cap and everything,
I think a team will look at a 29-year-old Andrew Mangiapane and be like, we'll take him.
The Oilers should be looking at him being like, we can make this guy something. They should be.
I think it's just past that point.
I think it has passed too.
I just think, do they sit there and go, you know what, our bottom 6 isn't working. We're going to try and make it younger here for the next few weeks, leading into the deadline. We're making the tough decision. We're moving Janmark. We found a spot for him, whoever it is. It's on his trade list. It works, whatever. You're gone. Mangiapane is gone. Szymanski and Hudson are up after the break, and our bottom 6 is younger and quicker. That's the craziest thing I could see happening. And it's also very funny that, like, talking about getting rid of Matthias Janmark is like a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
And I see what Lewis is saying. Janmark is our best PK player.
According to who?
Well,
and I don't mean that as like to you, Lewis. You watch a lot, and I don't mean to put you down like that, but like, I feel like penalty killing is just one of those things that, like, why do we think he's good just because he plays on the penalty kill? Like, I don't know why Janmark would be labeled as like a good penalty killer.
Yeah.
To me, they all kind of suck because their penalty killers went from top 10 to bottom 10 in the space of a week.
Yeah. I don't think anyone on the penalty kill should feel overly safe right now.
No.
And feel like they're doing a good job. And also, if you were to lose Matthias Janmark, okay, Lazar, Savoy, Nuge, McDavid, Draisaitl, there's other guys on this team who can penalty kill. Kapanen can penalty kill.
I would get Freddie and Kapanen on the penalty kill.
Me too. They need to have a bit more of a role outside of 5-on-5, because that's something that we talk about, how when it's a big power play game, they sit for as much as they do. If they're on the penalty kill, it's not the case.
Like, even like Lazar, he plays on the penalty kill, but his role is go out, win the face-off, and basically skate off.
Yeah.
That's kind of his role. But he has one.
Yep.
He's just guys who we talk about all the time. Got to figure it out.
Yeah. So again, what is the difference? Maybe there's something behind the bench that isn't a Knobloch related move. Maybe they look to add a 4th voice back into the blend here. Maybe a veteran coach or something like that. And maybe that's something we'll ask Jeff Marek about in a second here when he joins us. But anyways, one more thing, Liam. We'll move away from the Oilers for a second. Olympics today. Did you enjoy Slovakia, Finland?
I did.
I thought it was awesome.
Slovakia was my sneaky pick.
Sneaky?
I said they would finish ahead of Finland in the group.
Well, You're looking like a genius so far, and I will say not a lot of people would have predicted that. An opening night or an opening game loss for the Finns. Do we have our guest? We're good to go. Let's continue this.
Insane comment from D, but let's get to it after.
He's been a great player. Oh, we're not doing that whole thing. Oh, we're not.
I know
doing
you're
that.
playing with us,
You're trying to set
but
us off.
Yaremchuk's players, buddy, he scored 1 goal in like 700 games, I think it is.
I want to talk Olympics. I don't want to talk about Matthias Janmark on February 11th. Let's get out. Oodle Noodle is the sponsor of our guest line. You can take advantage of the value menu deal and add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons to your order for just $2. Any signature or premium box. Go to oodlenoodle.ca to find a location near you. Jeff Marek from The Sheet joins us as he does.
Liam and I talked about Matthias Janmark last week, didn't we, Liam? We talked about whether is that a Bowman player or is that a Chris Knobloch player?
We did. I feels like there's a lot of those guys on this team right now, Jeff.
No more Janmark talk. No more.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Tyler. You were away last week, but me and Liam just had fun.
I know, and it sounded like a lot of fun if you were talking about Matthias Janmark. But anyways, Olympics kicking off today, Jeff.
Yeah, man.
I love that we sit here for weeks and we're breaking down this Finland's third line. Who's Canada going to have here?
Yeah.
All these little things. And it's a guy from Slovakia who's 45th in the American League in save percentage who ends up stealing the show on day one. Like, that's the beauty of this event, right? Is that even Juraj Slavkovsky turning into Slovakian Gretzky anytime he puts on that jersey. Like, it's just great.
Samuel Halavai. I would be lying to you if I knew anything about him other than he plays for Matt Hendricks' team in the AHL affiliate for the Minnesota Wild in Iowa, and he's played a handful of games in CHL as well. All I know is, and it's funny too, because Brian Burke said, yeah, when you're that size, you're a goaltender and you got a part-time job as a giraffe. And that's Halavai. Like, he's big. He's a big dude. But the thing about him too is, I don't know that it's really effective, although today it was, when you're that big. Like, he's all over the place. He's rolling and tumbling and stretching, and like, big goaltenders are essentially hit me goals, right? Like, they have the hit me sign on their chest. Like, that's what they do. They get big and they stand in front of it. Like, your job is to block as opposed to making saves. He's real aggressive. He's fun to watch. I was waiting for, like, the Hasek shoulder rolls to come up and the pads to come up higher than the crossbar. First of all, fun game. Habs fans, listen, like, Slavkovsky does this at the Olympics. Slavkovsky does this in international hockey. Was really happy to see Dalibor Dvorsky finding the back of the net as well. I think so much of, just as an aside to the NHL, so much of what the St. Louis Blues might do at deadline depends on how quickly this guy can be a second-line center. And if it's quicker than they originally thought, that opens up the possibility to do more things at trade deadline. So after game one, if you're Doug Armstrong, certainly you're wondering about and worrying about tomorrow's game against Czechia, but at the same time, you're like, Dvorsky here, yeah, he looked really good in the team, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Fun game. Probably would have been different if Alexander Barkov were healthy and available for the team, but still, nonetheless, even though Liam picked Slovakia, this one is early upset in the tournament.
And this, we kind of talked about this, didn't we? Yeah, we were all just like, U.S.-Canada final. Well, it just takes 1 or 2 games to kind of go a different way, and all of a sudden, the bracket becomes unpredictable, and this is the game.
Could be Canada-USA semifinal.
Yeah, it could be. It really could be.
It could be. Or, like, it's funny, too. We're all just sort of assuming this is going to be Canada versus the United States. But, like, that's what all of our heads are saying, right? Like, oh, yeah, 2 best teams just thinking themselves, best in class and all that. It's a short tournament, man. And a couple guys get hot, goalie gets hot, all of a sudden, next thing you know, Sweden is on top of the podium. So, and that is a team that I don't think anybody should sleep on. Not that today's going to be any sort of ultimate test for Sweden, but listen, they've got a tough group, right? Like, they're going to play Slovakia, they're going to play Finland, the quote unquote layup here today against Italy still. But when they get there, Sweden's going to have had a couple of tough games in their hip pocket. But nonetheless, love the tournament. I just love how excited everybody was today. I know from the Canadian point of view, everyone, with sort of, horse face about what happened yesterday between the United States and women's side, where the USA was just, I'm not sure if you guys watched the game, but just dominated. Abby Murphy. Like, if you're a Canadian hockey fan, sorry, she's going to be a problem for you for about 15 years. And there's like no flaws in the game. She's skilled. She can score. She can make plays. She's dirty. She draws penalties. She's nonstop. Like, get used to that name, Canadian hockey fans, and you're not going to like it. Abby Murphy is here to stay. But I just love how everyone was so excited today. They get the men's side going here.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit, like you said, short tournament, all of these things. It's unpredictable. That's why I think the conversation about how this tournament could impact Connor McDavid's legacy is really interesting. And I know you've talked about it on the rundown with Gregor and on the sheet, but like the idea that he needs a gold at the Olympics at the end of his career, like I get it. It makes sense. A great player like that, you want to see them. And Connor McDavid said it in that letter, like he wants to win at the end of the day. How much do you think this could affect his legacy? Here's the way I'll frame it. Is there a way for this to positively impact his legacy? Or like if he wins, is it almost like a good you should have?
Well, there's always the expectation that Canada's supposed to win these things. Yeah. So part of it is Canada wins and everybody kind of goes like, yeah, you're supposed to win. And it's still going to be great, and the country celebrates, etc. But I think when you're like Connor McDavid, like let's not forget here, on every single team that he's played in every single league that he's ever been in, he's been the best player, right? Not that championships have always followed. They didn't at U16, they didn't at the OHL, and so far they haven't at the NHL. But everywhere he's gone, it's been accolades and awards. And he's in that rarefied air where every hockey player will have boxes, right, for their career. I want to get drafted. I want to play junior hockey. I want to play Division I. I want to have my first NHL game, my first NHL goal, first NHL fight, make the playoffs, Winter Classic. Like, everyone has like different boxes. A guy like Connor McDavid has the ability to check all of them, right? And he looks around the room and he sees players that have already checked all of them, right? And the biggie is, of course, Sidney Crosby. But he looks around and he looks around the room at all these guys, and there's a ring, 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 there's a gold medal, there's a gold medal, there's a gold medal, there's a gold medal, there's a gold medal. And I think, like anybody in society, and his society is hockey, he wants to be in that elite club. He doesn't hide it either. Like he wears it, like that intensity. For some, it's a motivator. For some, it can lead them to get in their own way. And I don't think this is true of McDavid, but there's an old saying: if you have to win, you cannot win. Like if you're completely blinded by winning and it becomes too much of an obsession and you don't have any type of balance, it can actually be detrimental to you. We've seen happen with players before. I don't put it this way. I don't think that McDavid is like that, but I do think that he's smart enough to be aware of it at the same time. Like the question becomes, how do you win? What are you prepared to sacrifice to win? Because a lot of times, and this is true of all the players, we can all make lists of the best players to never win the Stanley Cup. Everybody says they want to win the Stanley Cup, but they all want to do it on their own terms. I.e., they want to play the way that they want to play, and they want to win that way, as opposed to they say they'll do anything to win the Stanley Cup as long as it doesn't involve changing the way that they play. And if you look historically, that's how a lot of the greats have ended up winning the Stanley Cup. Long-winded answer, but that's where I'm at on Connor McDavid and legacy right now. And I think as far as Olympic gold goes, he just wants to be in the club, and I can't blame him because everywhere that he's gone, he's been top of class. And that's always been part of his fuel.
What do you make of his line mates at the tournament? I think we had you on earlier a few months ago, and you said Celebrini was a good one, but what do you make of Wilson on the other side?
Remember when Charlie McAvoy popped them?
Yeah.
Four Nations? I don't know if this is a direct sort of A to B, but Tom Wilson can skate. Tom is certainly physical, although I don't think even now we should necessarily put the accent on Tom Wilson's physicality, because there's a good player there, right? Like there's a really good unselfish player there. I think everyone will look at that and go like, ooh, that kind of has like an old school feel. Like, okay, you're putting Semenko with Gretzky. We understand why. But Tom Wilson is much more of a player than I think a lot of people give him credit for. Like I think Tom Wilson would have been on the team last time if NHLers would have gone. I think we would have seen him in Beijing. I really do. That's how highly Hockey Canada thinks of him. And anytime you can have a security blanket with skill like Tom Wilson, it's only a bonus. Like he might come out of this tournament the big surprise for everybody. My only concern is that which is legal in the NHL is not always legal in international hockey. And I'll focus on his most recent big hit, the one in the Washington Carolina game where he caught Logan Stankoven behind the net. And I don't know the answer to this. If he makes that hit in this tournament, because in the NHL, that's fine. Is that going to be a penalty or even worse? I don't know. I don't know. But he's mastered. Like the one thing. Tyler. The one thing he has mastered is and it's rare. He's figured out where the line is, and he knows now exactly how to approach the line, step on the line, but not step over it. It's taken a while. He's broken a lot of eggshells along the way, but he knows how to do it now, and he's one of the most effective players at it.
And like he could score a big goal, that can change a game. A big penalty, either way, can change the game too. Quickly, 30 seconds before we let you go. A lot of talk about how different are the Oilers going to look coming out of the break here. All of this stuff. All the GMs are in Italy. When we speculate on the changes the Oilers could make before they resume play on February 25th, is it just too simple to think it's Mangiapane's out the door so they can activate Henrique, or do you think there are other things they're considering?
First of all, I think this is like there are some teams there are some teams that just wanted to keep playing. Like Columbus just wanted to keep playing. Yeah. Okay, like if you're the Columbus Blue Jackets, he's like, no. Can we keep all these guys and just keep the NHL schedule going? Because we don't. This role is just too good right now. We don't want to stop. Buffalo, even though they sort of off in the last 4 games, I'm sure they're probably one of those teams too. But nonetheless, I think this is a great reset opportunity for the Edmonton Oilers, and I do wonder, as all the rumors sort of swirl about the whole Paul Coffey of all of it, if we see perhaps a small reset before something bigger. I think that it's a chance for everyone to take a break, and I don't know that you want to rush into anything right now. If you're the Oilers, considering this has been a team that flips the switch, right, and you don't want to make any moves that could end up costing you, just based on what you've seen recently. Having said that, I do expect the Oilers to look different by trade deadline time, but I don't know that the trade freeze is lifted and all of a sudden, like, bam, Stan Bowman's got like 3 trades in the hopper. Although I think it's probably more likely they do something with a bench position. That's kind of how it feels.
All right, Jeff, as always, appreciate your time, and I'm sure you're in the same boat as me. We have spent the last 2 weeks doing previews and talking lying. I just can't wait to watch Team Canada actually play hockey games tomorrow so we can talk about something different.
And overanalyze every tiny little thing about it. And you know what? My one wish, because I cheer for people more than I cheer for teams, my one wish through all of this is that Jordan Binnington has an amazing tournament. Because as an athlete, anytime the name's up, it's always a negative story. And has he had a good year? No, it's been awful. I do think a lot of it is environmental for him, and that's why he played so differently for the Four Nations team last year as opposed to the St. Louis Blues with one of the worst blue lines, bluntly, in the entire NHL. I hope for good things for Jordan Binnington. I really do, because every time he's heard his name, it's been around the conversation of he's going to cost Canada the gold medal. I'd love to see Jordan Binnington lead Team Canada to a gold medal.
Jeff, enjoy the hockey. You and I are doing a lot of post-game stuff at DFO, so look forward to working with you throughout the tournament. So, we'll chat soon.
Yes, sir. Awesome. See you, boys.
There you go.
Jan Mark. Jan Mark. Let's go.
I'm so sick of goddamn Diaz, Jan Mark. Jeff Marek for Oodle Noodle, and, of course, post-game coverage tomorrow. Liam and I are doing a watch-along of the game, and then we hand the keys over to Jeff, who handles all the post-game with the sheet on Daily Face-Off. Friday, Immediately following Canada-Switzerland, Jeff's going to be a part of a post-game show that I'm hosting on the Daily Face-Off YouTube. Sunday, we got post-game for Canada-France as well. So we got you covered, Daily Face-Off. Every day in between, we got new content coming your way. Jeff's had an unreal lineup of guests on the sheet to preview this thing, including Tessa Bonham. So yeah, we're loaded up. We're fired up, ready to go.
What time is the game Sunday?
8:40
a.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you think they were going to mix it up and play one at night? No? Yes.
So remind me next week, and I was going to do this, but I know we were limited with Jeff. The CHL released its top 50 players of all time. They have their 50-year anniversary coming. I think it must be this year, I would guess. They're celebrating it, whatever it is. 50 years of the CHL. And they released their top 50 players.
Okay.
Remind me next week to ask Jeff about it.
Okay. That's right up his alley.
I know, and I would have today, but I know we're a bit limited. One player not on the list, which I think is really wild. Mm-hmm. Rob Brown didn't make it. Now, if you don't know much about Rob Brown, he's obviously an analyst for the Oilers on Chad. His junior career, insane is an understatement. One season with the Kamloops Blazers, he put up 173 points. You laugh. That's not even his best season.
Whoa.
The next season, he put up 212. Didn't make the top 50. I just find it a little crazy. I'll ask Jeff about it next week. Connor McDavid did make the list.
I mean, he was electric that one year.
Yeah, the first player to get exceptional status into the Western League, too, so that adds to it.
D said gold medal game Sunday, 6:10 a.m. Will ON be at Greta? Yes. Presuming Canada's in the game. Can't imagine I'll be there if it's USA Slovakia. But if Canada's there, I'll be there. Anywho.
That's good.
No, if it's USA Sweden, you want to go wake up early, hit the bars?
I
feel like they won't be allowed to get their liquor license extended. I feel like the government for Sweden, USA, they're probably, you know what? No.
For non-Canadian games.
McDavid is number 3 on ESPN's top 50 list of hockey players. I mean, don't act surprised.
Number 3, who is 1 and 2? Is it Crosby and McKinnon?
Probably the Kachuk brothers or some shit. Knowing how ESPN runs that. Let's do a little What's Trending, Liam. Keep the show cruising along.
Okay.
What's Trending, by the way, brought to you by our friends at Derek Dodge. Beginning of a new chapter for Derek Dodge. They are under new ownership, bringing a fresh approach, new energy, and a renewed focus on customer experience. And right now, they have an unbeatable deal. With every vehicle purchase, you will receive a trip for 2 to Las Vegas. Leave the lot with your new vehicle, and flights/accommodations for a trip for 2 to Vegas is on them. That's tough to beat. Derek Dodge, DerekDodge.com. I absolutely love that the Olympics rolls around. You know, once the puck drops tomorrow, I'm the biggest Jordan Binnington fan in the world, baby. Okay. I will root for that guy. I will love his swagger and his attitude. Everything I hate about him on the St. Louis Blues, I will love about him on Team Canada. Mm-hmm. I also love that the broadcasting companies also, at this time of year,
set it aside.
They just set everything aside and say, we are one team.
One nation.
You get the nightly Milan primetime show. Yeah. That's just the same across CBC, Sportsnet, TSN. And then you get the ultimate panel for hockey games.
Yeah.
Ron McLean opens up in a studio today for Slovakia, Finland. And then he throws it to James Duthie, who is sitting on a panel with Cheryl Pounder, Cassie Campbell-Pascal, Kevin Bieksa, Elliotte Friedman, Duthie and Friedman on the same panel. It is unbelievable. I love that they put everything aside and just say, we put our best broadcasters on this panel. It's great.
Yeah, I think it's amazing too. Are they rotating the panel? Like, is there like some other people rotating in, or do you think that's the core 5, I guess, in Milan?
I think that's kind of the core 5.
Okay. I like it though. I think it's really cool that they're able to like set that aside, like you said, and just go for it. Just give the audience the best product.
Yeah.
Because sports are spread so thin across every sport. It's not just hockey. Like, we all have heard, if you're a basketball fan, the amount of streaming services you need to watch those games. You don't get the best. We clamor for the best on the ice, but you also want the best off the ice too in any sport. And to be able to get that for this winter games is fantastic.
Even Chris Cuthbert and Mike Johnson. a Sportsnet and a TSN.
Yeah.
You probably can't get any better than that duo.
No, you definitely could not. Kyle Bukowski's there as well. They really did just roll out the best.
That's the Avengers of media in Canada.
Yeah,
It honestly is.
Is a Cullen? Is that the women's side of it? This is just all men's.
It's
Gotcha.
for men's, yeah. So because there's 2
Cool.
games a day, but I'd
Right, of
imagine
course.
Cuthbert and Mike Johnson are getting every Canada game. Like that's the A team there out of the 2.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just pitched at the one arena because there's 2 rinks.
Yep.
One of them is called the One Rink.
Jack Michaels calling the gold medal game would be electric. Okay, I love Jack. You love Jack. We all love Jack. We're all on the same page there.
Yeah.
Would his call be amazing? Yes. Does he do an unbelievable job with the Oilers? Are we so happy we get him throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs? Yes. Jack's from Pennsylvania.
That's right. Forgot about that.
I think I'll take Chris Cuthbert calling it.
Yeah.
I just mean that sense of if it's Canada,
agree.
USA, I want to watch a Homer Canada broadcast.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would.
That's not me saying Jack wouldn't do a great job. I'm just saying.
I'm surprised Gordon Miller isn't there. He does a lot, like he does the World Juniors.
I'm surprised he didn't get the call over Matt Cullen to do the B-side.
That's what I was thinking too. Or I'd just bring 3 teams. I don't know, but yeah, Gord Miller would be a good. He is a voice I think of anyway. That's a Canadian voice.
Yeah, like you think of the World Juniors, electric calls,
yeah.
Gord Miller, all that stuff.
Yeah,
yes.
and
totally.
Do you know? I think one of the most underrated things, if like we're talking about broadcasting, the transition from Ray Ferraro to Mike Johnston on the World Juniors broadcast, seamless, both great.
There was a comment in there from Maynard that I'll get to in a second. But first, our friend Ravina dropped in a super chat, as she does. Always so generous for the Ben Stelter Foundation. Love supporting them with our super chats. Love that you in the chat drop in your hard-earned money as often as you do and make donations. Ravina, $139. She said, "Go Canada. This medal feels a bit different. Not about a golden goal, golden country, LFG. Also, well done, Liam and Tyler. Thank you very much."
Speaking of commentators, I just want to say Gord Miller is my GOAT.
Whoa!
Whoa, how old are you in that photo?
17?
Damn.
17? You remember when you had to do your career investigation report to get into Nate?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Gord.
Nice.
He did me. Couldn't keep my eyes open though. So.
I did Gregor.
Nice.
I did Reed Wilkins.
Nice.
I also did Brian Mudrick through email.
Damn, you got some good ones. I did Gregor and I did Brendan Ulrich. Ulrich? The
Ulrich,
old-
yeah.
Yeah, the old
He used to
Stoffer
be with
producer.
Stoff. Now he does
Yeah.
sales for Chorus. Yeah.
Damn. I have a watch trending.
Okay.
Strap up. I was at my local grocery store yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know if you were putting this on air.
We may as well.
Yeah, sure.
So I was at the local establishment yesterday, buying some groceries.
As you do.
Made a
Getting some tofu.
I made a curry, tofu chickpea coconut blend. It was awesome. Just walking around the fruit and veggie aisles looking for my carrots and kale to throw in. Look up, Bobby McMahon
Of the Toronto Maple Leafs, maybe soon to be of the Edmonton Oilers.
hanging out in Sherwood Park. Not to dox him, but I mean, it's a big place.
Yeah, it's a big place. I'm sure
Yeah.
other people have seen him. How sure are you that you saw Bobby McMahon?
100% positive.
100% sure that it was Bobby
I have
McMahon.
no
You
doubt in my
texted us
mind.
immediately. It felt
Yeah,
like.
I was in the store. I was basically stood right next to him. I was going to get a picture. It's like, oh, that's a bit much. But let me double check. I'm assuming he has Instagram. But yeah, I shouldn't say 100. 99.
We are 99% sure that Bobby McMahon was shopping for groceries in Sherwood Park by himself yesterday.
Yep.
All right?
It makes sense.
I love him already.
I mean, there's obviously the angle of like, he's from Wainwright. I'm sure he doesn't like go back to Wainwright during his breaks. He
Yeah, I
probably
don't know.
like lives in Edmonton or like a lot of players do live in Sherwood Park because it's like the open space and there's obviously nice housing that they can get in and have a bit of privacy too. So yeah, I saw him yesterday. Should I do my other news?
Sure. Oh,
So yesterday, so my fiance plays in a multi-sports league on Tuesdays.
yeah.
And I was just like, I don't want to sit around the house on my own. I'll just go to the golf sim and shoot some balls for an hour. So yesterday I was shooting some balls and something pretty cool happened. If we have the footage, Aaron. Do we have the footage? This is me at the golf sim yesterday. You can see a little trophy on the screen. That is because I hit a hole in one.
Here's the shot.
which I'm not very good at golf, but somehow I hit a line drive, bounce once, hit the flag, drop down. Golf sim hole-in-one, obviously a lot different than a real hole-in-one.
Yes.
But I can barely hit a par most
This
holes.
is a hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah. So
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. This was about 140 yards, I think it was, or something like that. And I just
134, I think.
134, is that what it said? Yeah. Like I put the ball on a string and it just dropped. And I just FaceTime went to call my one friend Brennan, and he just didn't answer the first time. So I called him back immediately. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was just like, "I have to FaceTime you right now." And he just goes, "Holy fuck." Like, that is crazy. And I hit my first eagle last week.
Congrats.
I'm not getting better. I'm getting better.
You're getting better.
But I'm not like good at golf.
Mm-hmm.
I can keep up with the pace. But yeah, I somehow hit a hole in one.
What was the distance?
What did you say, 134?
134.
Yeah. So,
Tyler, so one of the hosts has a hole in one.
Mine counts on Sims.
Yeah, I would say you can't.
I'm not going to go around with that. I hit a hole in one.
Because then people are like, "Oh yeah, like what was the court?" And you'd be like, "Oh, it was something on a simulator."
Yeah, it was a Korean
People
course.
are asking if I'm salty. No, I'm not. If you would have hit a real light, like
totally, yeah,
then I might be a little salty.
But to do that,
yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Finally, you're back on our side. Nice work, Liam.
Virtual still counts. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. Anyone who thinks I'm salty, I'm definitely not salty about this.
Uncross your arms. So that would look a little bit better.
Don't tell the press I'm mad. I'm not mad.
But it is one of those things where it's like I hit a hole in one on virtual golf. Which is
still
so
big.
cool.
That's still exciting.
Cool. Yeah,
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. And for anyone wondering, I was alone.
You did not bring a friend.
No, I was just like at an hour.
Yeah.
And there was these kids behind me playing in one of the private rooms. And I thought, should I tell? So I don't know what to do. Did
they do anything for you at the simulator? Because you frequent there quite often.
Yeah, the guy knows me there, and he was very pleasant every time I go. And so I finished playing. And the thing was too, I wasn't playing around. I just kind of click courses and just shoot some holes and
Really?
Yeah, I just got a new drive and I want to get better at my drive.
You did? What'd you get?
It's Cobra something.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I got a Cobra.
Yeah, it's good. I'm still getting used to it, but that's why I'm going. So I'm just playing random holes, and this is a hole we're playing this course today.
Yeah.
So one of my friends played it yesterday because he couldn't come today, and some of the holes look hard. So I was like, I want to see what this is about. So this was the hole before the hard one. And yeah, I basically walked up, played a few, and just smacked a hole in one. And so I went to the front and after the course, I'm like, "Hey, I hit a hole in one."
Yeah.
And the guy just goes, "Holy shit." And I was like, "That's what I said." And he goes, "Did you put $2 in the jar?" I'm like, "What jar?" And he's like, "Oh shit." And he points to this jar. If you walk in and put $2 into this jar before a round and you hit a hole in one, you win all the money in the jar. And he's like, "Yeah, it's $1,000.
No. I mean, you never would have done that.
No, I never would have done it. I never would have. So I didn't really feel bad.
Yeah.
So I was just like, so what else? Does anything else come from this? Because they have a plaque on the wall of everyone hit hole in ones, but I think it's for their league, their actual league play. So he's like, "Let me see what I can do." So, so he got me. He got me a toque, not a toque. What's this thing called? A
hat.
A hat. He got me. He got me a hat. Let me send you a picture, Aaron. He got me a bucket hat. That is just. So I took a picture of it after, and I sent it to my fiance. He was at a game, and she opened a text. I'm like, "Hey, I had a hole in one. I won a hat." So. It was crazy. And this was at 10 o'clock at night. I was just
You're at the sim that late?
Yeah, I just was bored. I was like, I don't want to sit in my house on my own again.
Yeah.
So, no,
could have asked me to hang out. Or Lance.
You would have, Lance, yeah. But I was just very spare at the moment. I was like, yeah, may as well. So, yeah, they got me a hat, which Aaron will pull up when he gets it up there. But, yeah, it was cool. I doubt I will ever do it again. No one in my golf league has ever hit a hole in one either.
It's hard to do even on the sim.
But last week we were playing, and
Congrats,
It's
buddy.
me and my hat. Thanks.
Your hole-in-one hat.
Yeah, my hole-in-one hat. So I only told one of my friends, if any of them are watching, I hit a hole-in-one yesterday. And I'm going to tell him tonight at Sim Golf by wearing the hat and immediately drawing attention to the hat, being like, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing this hat. And then I'm going to airplay my hole-in-one on the big screen.
Don't acknowledge it at all. Be like, what hat?
What?
What are you talking about?
This old thing? Yeah, I got it yesterday. Hit a hole-in-one.
Could have asked Bobby McMahon to golf with you.
Should have.
Bobby, what are you doing? And he would have been like, you look like me. And then it probably would have just gone really well.
That's
from
how
there.
I knew. That's how I knew it was him. And he was wearing a New England Patriots sweater.
Who?
Bobby McMahon.
Oh,
I'm
I thought you
so
said
in
Regina
on this
Pat's
guy.
sweater. Oh, you just said Pat's.
Just at Pats.
Sherwood Park Patriots guy, bring him home.
Was wearing a Blue Jays hat though.
Really?
So that's-
I have a funny feeling this might have not been Bobby McMahon.
It was 100% Bobby McMahon. I know Bobby McMahon. Apparently, he looks just like me. It was definitely him. I promise. I promise you, it was him.
Someone in the chat was saying that it's just as hard as in real life. I went to the sim a couple weeks ago and I shot a 70. I shot
Yeah.
under par. I don't go around being like my best round ever is under par.
No, like
No,
on
no.
Golf Sim, I hit under 100 every single round.
Yeah.
In real life, I maybe get around 100.
Yeah.
But like I hit like 90s in Golf
It's
Sim.
just totally different.
It's
totally
way,
different.
way
Yeah.
different. And like the way the green is and everything, like it tells you where to go. Like in
Yeah.
real life, like I'm just hitting and praying most shots.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep the conversation going in what's trending with some winter game stuff. Obviously, a great win for Slovakia today. Juraj Slafkovský was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Finland, I felt like, really had some of their flaws exposed in this hockey game. They struggled moving the puck out of their own end. And then they also did just get goalied. I mean, again, this is an unbelievable story. Samuel Halava, he makes 38 saves in the game. It is a Slovakian Olympic record. He is 44th in save percentage and 46th in goals against average in the American League this season. And this guy just went and absolutely shut down Team Finland. Slafkovský finishes the game with 3 points, Dvorsky with 2. Just a great opening win for Slovakia. And again, this is going to have a trickle-down impact through the rest of the round now because, one, Finland has now lost 4-1.
Yeah.
It is going to be, unless they can pull off an upset over Sweden, which they're obviously totally capable of, they have a chance now, Finland. They might not be that 4 seed who also gets a bye. They might have to play a qualifying round game. And the other crazy thing is they might not even be very high seeded in that qualifying round. There's a world where Finland could have to play like Switzerland or Germany in a qualifying round game. And if they lost to Slovakia, that's not a lock that they even win that game.
No, definitely not. And they won't even have the best player on the ice if they play Germany.
No.
Like-
or Czechia.
I'll check you. Yeah, Pasternak.
Rantanen and Pasternak, I know, is close, but still.
Yeah, either way. Tighter games than you would suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough group they're in, to be honest. I think that's easily the hardest group of the three of them. So, yeah, at least they have Italy. Like, that Italy game now for each of those teams puts, like, so much more pressure on them to have, like, you have to beat them, like, 15-0. It's wild. Wild. We do need to do our draft.
We do.
Because we need to get them in before the next game.
We do. Okay. So then one more Olympic story to give you.
Okay.
Biathlon, biathletes, they continue to just absolutely dominate these games from a headline perspective. Yesterday, we obviously had the Norwegian biathlete who came out and publicly admitted to cheating on his girlfriend of 6 months, 3 months ago, admitting to it a week ago, and then apologizing. Very, very, very weird. Today, we had Julia Simone, maybe. She's a French biathlete, and she won gold today, Liam.
Congratulations.
And when she won gold, she did this celebration where she shushed all the haters. And you might think, boy, why does a biathlete from France have haters? Well, 4 months ago, Simon, who has won 3 gold medals over 2 Olympic Games, was found guilty of theft and credit card fraud charges for stealing her teammate's bank card.
Yeah, that's a good. You should be shushing.
Yeah. Her
What
quote.
the fuck?
Her quote was, "There were no economic motives for my actions." She then said, "I'm taking it one day at a time because standing before you will have consequences for my career. It was ridiculous and stupid because I didn't need it." So she received a 6-month ban from the sport, including 5 months of being suspended. She could not participate in the last World Cup, but she was ready to go back for the Olympics and was good. I think it's absolutely hilarious to steal your teammate's bank card, get charged with credit card fraud, again, found guilty, and then when asked for a quote, to basically say, like, I'm not broke. The quote was, it was ridiculous and stupid because I didn't need it. So it was like, why did you steal your teammate's credit card and use it to buy stuff? And she goes, don't let anyone think I'm broke. I got bread. That's crazy.
This is what I mean. I said it off the top. You want people to watch? Give them a reason.
Yeah.
We got absolute lunatics in the biathlon.
Like,
I ain't broke. God, what an excuse.
she also participated alongside the teammate whose credit card she stole.
Damn. Hopefully they're not roommates.
That teammate finished 80th. So she is broke and also sucks at the biathlon.
She ain't
at the
winning
biathlon.
anything. Damn. That is wild.
God, I love the games.
Special.
All right.
I love the game.
Let's stay on track to keep us in the mix on the hockey side of things. We are going to do a mini prop bet draft for the tournament here. Of course, odds up now, Bet365. We're only doing 3 picks each. What we can pick from to win the tournament outright. You could pick to win the group, although it doesn't look like there's great odds in that.
No.
Top 3 finish, so to finish on the podium is up. And then we have top team goal scorers for USA, Germany, Czechia, Canada, and Switzerland, all the teams who do not play today.
Yeah.
So that's what we got for our options. There's also tournament head-to-head, who will go further in the tournament between 2 countries.
Yeah.
So,
Which aren't bad. Some
yeah.
of them are okay.
With that being said, Aaron, do you have the board up, ready to go?
I have the wheel too.
Oh, we have the wheel.
Should we wheel up for position?
Yeah, we should wheel.
Wheel up for position. All right.
I have people who are curious, by the way. Menzies won our Super Bowl draft.
He did.
Yes, he
Congrats,
did.
Michael Menzies. All right. Spin the wheel. Let's see who's going to pick first.
Spin.
Spin. Wheel. Here it goes. Snake draft. First overall goes to Liam.
Yes.
Liam's picking first. Can we take Liam off and then spin again for second? Yes, we can. Between me and Bordsy. I honestly wouldn't mind going third because there's a few that I like. Stop. We good? It's me. All right, so I'm picking second. Aaron will pick third. So Liam, you were up first. Aaron's got the Canva board all pulled up, ready to go to write them all down. So your first pick in our Bet365 Winter Games prop bet draft.
My first pick in the Winter Games prop draft, which might seem crazy, but I'm willing to get a little crazy on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Josi to have the most points for Switzerland plus 400.
Plus 400, Josi to lead Switzerland in points.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll get a ton of power play time.
Ton of time.
It's points, not goals.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that at all. I think that is I think that's a great spot to be in,
Thank you.
Liam. I think it's great.
That's a good one. Oh, nice, Aaron.
Sweet.
I think that's how you do it.
Yeah, it is.
I think that was how you do it.
My first pick. I'm going to go to Czechia. I'm going to take David Pastrnak to lead Czechia in points, not goals. I'm going to go points, plus 125. It's the same odds for goals and points. I just think Pastrnak, there is a world where maybe, I'm so torn. Maybe I should go goals.
I think that's probably
No,
fine.
I'm going points. Pastrnak to lead Czechia in points at plus 125. Love that bet. Aaron, to you for back-to-back.
Okay, for me, it sucks to head on the screen here, but I need this. I'm going to go with nice and simple Leon Draisaitl to lead Germany in...
It was minus 154.
Minus 150, yeah, right?
Are you doing
154.
points?
I'm doing points.
Okay.
Worry about goals.
Yeah, okay. Draisaitl to lead Germany in points is probably fair. You get better odds on goals, but I think there's a chance that, again, he's a distributor.
I'm worried that he's going to distribute, and
Yeah.
Stutzla might be the guy. What'd you say, Liam? Minus 150?
54.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then you also get a second pick here.
Okay, let me just pull this off for one quick second while I browse, because I was going to go with leading goal scorer for Team Canada. I'm going to go with one Nathan McKinnon. Plus 200 currently at Bet365.
He is the favorite when it comes to goals. McDavid is the favorite for points for Team Canada.
Yeah.
Again, McKinnon probably going to be a bit more of a trigger man on that power play, so I think it makes a ton of sense. Just for funsies, if you wanted to take a shot on someone like Tom Wilson to lead Team Canada in goals, you are getting it at plus 1,600 on Bet365. That's interesting.
It's not bad.
Not bad. All right. I'm going to go for my second pick. I'm also going to go to Germany. I'm going to take a shot here because, again, I feel like I want to take something with a little bit of juice. I'm going to go with, I'm torn between two guys. I'm going to go with JJ Peterka to lead Germany in goals. I think he might be Draisaitl's trigger man. It's plus 400. So Peterka leads Germany in goals at plus 400. To Liam for 2.
Me for 2. Ah, damn it. Okay. This one's a simple one.
Mm-hmm.
Czechia tournament matchup, I guess. So Czechia to place better than Switzerland.
That was going to be my third pick, and I thought I could save it. Damn. I think that's a great bet.
Minus 115.
Great bet.
So I like that one. And the other one, I'm a little bit torn if I want to do it or not. I like a few things. But what I will go with, God damn it, I don't know if I want to do this, but I feel like I'm kind of running out of options a little bit here. My nature has to lead Czechia in points. Plus 400. So I'm countering you.
What an interesting strategy, Liam.
Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily wanted to do that,
Yeah.
but I really like the Slavkovsky one, but he's obviously gone off now.
Yeah. That's, I mean, listen, the top line players on these teams, what's going to be interesting with these bets is like when they get their easy matchup, right?
Yeah.
So like when we're talking about Czechia, when they get to the game where they play France, how many goals do they score?
Yeah.
Who's the guy who has the 5-point game in one of those and which one has 4 points? Because like I really do think that'll be kind of the determining factor in all of this. I'm going to go for my third pick. I'm going to take a little bit what I view as a bit more of a layup. Team Sweden to finish on the podium at minus 155.
I was going to do Czechia to finish on the podium.
Oh, they're plus 400.
What was it at, sorry?
Minus 155. I just think they should be a lock with the way, especially now that Finland's lost.
Yeah.
Sweden has a very clean and easy path to getting to the quarterfinals, and not only getting to the quarterfinals, but having a very good quarterfinal matchup.
Agreed.
Because I do think there's a world where Canada and USA are middle seeds and run into each other early, but still, I think Sweden gets to the semis very easily. Mm-hmm. And then from that point, they should be a pretty good lock to win a bronze. So give me Sweden to finish on the podium, minus 155. Boards are your last pick.
I mean, I got to do it. It's kind of the same strategy I had for our regular season futures draft where I went just pretty nothing too juicy. But we lack Connor McDavid's name on this board right now. So I think I got to go McDavid to lead Canada in points plus 175.
Okay. McDavid plus 175 to lead Canada in points. I mean, listen, that's probably a pretty safe bet in all of this. McKinnon's second at plus 300. Maybe there's a world where, like, I'm trying to think of who could give you value here. Makar at plus 900 if he's running the power play and scooping up a bunch of assists. That's one I'm looking at maybe. But I'll be honest, I think Canada is going to be driven by their stars. And to be fair, when it comes down to playing Team USA eventually, because that's probably going to happen at some point whenever it does, I think it's going to be Canada's stars that have to be the difference. Like the big game experience that even McDavid going to back-to-back cup finals, the big game experience that the McDavids and McKinnons and Crosbys have versus the relative inexperience of that American team, I think means a lot.
I think so too. I think it'll make a difference. There's a lot of leaders on Canada.
Yep. All right, there you go. Our prop bet draft for our friends at Bet365. We got to continue along. We're going to circle back to a little bit of Edmonton Oilers talk. We got Spotify comments, and we have a brand new Meet the Sellers segment for today, and that is brought to you by Hurley and Levelware. Golf is having a moment right now. Someone on this show just hit a hole-in-one. What used to feel buttoned up has
Why
opened.
don't you do the ad read?
This is your ad read. You're the golf guy now. What used to feel buttoned up has opened into something way more cultural. You're seeing athletes from all kinds of pro sports, like footy, getting into golf. Huh? So you got to keep tiny into the ad.
Damn.
Hurley and Levelware. That is where this shift.
Sponsored?
I mean, you should be rocking the Hurley Fairwaves collection with Levelwear when you're at the sim. Hurley brings the laid-back board sports energy, and the collection pulls inspiration from Hawaiian and coastal prints. Relaxed, expressive, and rooted in lifestyle, Levelwear takes that inspiration and brings it to life through performance-driven, sustainably made apparel that's built to move and play. The result is, as you can see on your screen, the Fairwaves collection. It's modern golf silhouettes that feel lighter, more wearable, and less rigid. It's respectful to the game's roots, but definitely not stuck in tradition. The collection is live and available on Levelwear's website. To shop, go to levelwear.com, check out the polos, hoodies, hats, and casuals. Liam, Meet the Sellers today is a team that's pretty close to us on the west coast of Canada. It's the Vancouver Canucks. They are 1,000% going to be sellers. They've already started, obviously, with Kiefer Sherwood being moved off for a couple of second-round picks. Pretty crazy, by the way. Vancouver, number 1 odds in the draft lottery right now, according to Tankathon, which is wild.
Which isn't good for them. They haven't got... The best odds haven't won first for a while, I believe.
Maybe that means it's due, though.
You always go to that side. I disagree.
They have a 25% chance of picking first. If the season were to obviously end today, they'd be guaranteed a top 3 pick in the draft. That means they are sellers. The first player I want to talk about, there is a... we're doing one? See, they're due. Vancouver's due to win. We just did a lotto spin.
What is it? Vancouver, Nashville, St. Louis is the top 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So... The guys who they are definitely going to sell, number 1's Evander Kane. He's going to be retained at 50% and traded somewhere. This is a good time to remind everyone that if the Canucks retain salary on him, they cannot trade him back to Edmonton. Edmonton cannot acquire Evander Kane at retained money this season. Okay, next. Cool. Teddy Bluger's the next name.
Yeah.
He's interesting.
You'll see him at the Olympics. He's playing for Latvia.
You will see him at the Olympics. He's cheap. Comes in at just $1.8 million. He's a pending UFA. Apparently, Vancouver has a pretty high price tag on this guy, which is interesting because he's only played 10 games this year. He has 8 points, 5 goals in those 10 games. He can win faceoffs. He can kill penalties. He can do a whole bunch of things like that. He's a nice bottom 6 piece for the Oilers. Would you be interested in Teddy Bluger if the cost was a 3rd-round pick? Or I'd like to see him aim higher, personally.
Again, if he's a second move, I would have interest in Teddy Bluger. I think he can be a useful player. How much would he even play for Edmonton? How much better is he than Lazar? Probably better than Lazar. Not to compare the two directly, but that's the position he's going to take.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a fine addition to the team. Vancouver having a high price, sure. I don't think they're going to get anything of a significant value.
If they think they're getting a second for this guy,
they're foolish. It was like a few
lunch.
years ago when it was like Nick Dowd's getting a 1st-round pick on the market. And then they just didn't trade him.
Yeah, they had to re-sign him.
Yeah. So I doubt he's anything of significance. But his contract is $1.8 million.
So if they were to keep half, that's like a really nice, easy ad for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah. Even down to $1 million.
Yep. Keep a little bit of that money. Helps you with your playoff cap picture, all that stuff.
I believe he plays on the penalty kill.
If you're, and I see Dr. Scruffy, 100% for a 3rd, maybe for a 2nd. If you're moving a 2nd-round pick, you got to aim higher than Teddy Bluger.
Oh yeah, I'm not spending a 2nd-round pick on Teddy Bluger.
And also, my view would be like, again, a 3rd-round pick, I can justify moving it for a piece like him, who's going to help in your bottom 6. If you're going to get to the point of spending a 2nd-round pick for a guy like Bluger, can we just spend a 1st-round pick on someone who's a legitimate top 9 centerman and not like a bottom 6 centerman? And there is a difference there. A top 9 center and a bottom 6 center. Top 9 for me would imply a Boone Jenner, Charlie Coyle, someone along those lines who can legitimately move up your lineup in a pinch and give you more.
Yeah.
Teddy Bluger cannot give you 2nd-line minutes. If there's an injury, if you're in a pinch, if you're doing the McDry thing in a playoff game, you can't trust Teddy Bluger to play on your 2nd line. Teddy Bluger's a bottom 6. I don't spend anything more than a 3rd-rounder on bottom 6 guys. 2nd-rounder above, they need to have the ability to move around my lineup more than Bluger would.
To be honest, I would even stretch it to like a 4th-round pick.
I think I would too.
Teddy Bluger, obviously, like I said, only played 10 games this season. Last season, did play all 82 games, averaged just over 2 minutes on the penalty kill for the Canucks. So it must be a good penalty killer.
Yep. Dr. Scruffy says, obviously need more pieces if a 2nd is involved. Just pointing out the 3rd is an easy yes. Like something I would maybe consider is like if Vancouver was like, hey, give us your 2nd in 2027 and we'll give you our 4th in 2027. And like then we give you Bluger. And the deal is basically Vancouver's moving up from what would be early 4th to late second is basically moving up one round, even though the pick's labeled a little bit differently.
Sure.
Something like that, maybe. But again, then we're doing a lot of heavy lifting to get Teddy Bluger on this team.
So here you go. These guys aren't centers, but bottom 6 players that were moved last year. Connor Dewar, 5th round pick. Mark Jankowski, I think he plays center and wing.
Yeah.
5th round pick, either way. Cody Glass, I would say, is a bottom 6 player. He was a 3rd round pick, but obviously a bit younger. Luke Cunnin was a 4th round pick.
Luke Cunning's probably a decent comparable because we talked about him last year as a guy the Oilers would have interest in. Bluger's a bit better. So again, a 3rd I think would make sense.
Yeah.
On the blue line, we're seeing a lot of comments about Tyler Myers.
Big.
I think there's a few things to remember here. Full no move. So Tyler Myers would have to agree to uproot his life and his family and come to Edmonton for the final year and a half of his contract. Yeah. He's 36 years old. I have heard some reports and heard some rumblings that he isn't super interested in doing that. I think some teams have made calls to Vancouver about Myers, and that's kind of the reaction that they've gotten is like not totally sold on him being willing to move. Yeah. He might just be okay, and it's a guy who's made a ton of money in his career. His career earnings are over $75 million.
Damn.
He's made a ton of money in his career. I know he's never won, but some guys aren't overly motivated by the idea of going on deep playoff runs. I think Tyler Myers might just be happy and comfortable in Vancouver, might just play out this season next and ride off into the sunset.
Tyler Ennis told us they're neighbors in Kelowna.
Yeah.
Like, he's clearly, like, planted his roots in BC. Makes a lot of money. All I would say is just go pay and get Logan Stanley.
Yeah.
He's a cheap contract.
Younger, off the books at the end of the year if you don't like him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be willing to spend the assets to get Tyler Myers. With that said, I think Tyler Myers could be a useful player for Edmonton. I think he brings can have that side of him. Yep. He's not overly mean, but like the intimidation of a 6'7", 6'8" player coming at you when you're skating down the boards is frightening for most players.
Mulick had commented earlier the idea of Lucas Reichel again. If he's not good enough to make the Canucks, he's not coming to Edmonton, and he's buried in the minors. Oilers could have had him for free 6 weeks ago. We're not doing the Lucas Reichel thing. I have no interest in that.
Look at how bad this team is.
What do you mean? They have 3 Olympians. 4 if you count Reichel.
True.
Hey.
5 Olympians.
Hronik.
God.
Damn. Well, maybe. Are one of their goalies Olympians too? Is Yuri Patera an Olympian?
Lankinen.
Oh, yeah. Go down.
Would
go
be
down.
one, right?
No.
Oh, no, Lankinen.
Oh, yeah, he is Finnish.
Oh, yeah.
6 Olympians. What do you mean that team's bad? Yeah, the team sucks.
More than the others.
So bad.
Super Wing says Myers is Desharnais with a better hockey IQ.
Sure.
Yes, and he's $3 million with term, would cost you a pretty good asset to acquire, and he'd have to agree to come here. I just don't really see it as all that interesting. Reichel's playing with Draisaitl at the Olympics. Yep, so is Dominic Cahoon, man. Don't think we're overly interested in Dom Cahoon, are we?
You don't want to run that one back.
No, I'm good.
Toby Reader?
Yeah, like...
How many German Olympians can we get?
People were commenting about the Slovakian goalie. They're like, can the Oilers get it? Oh my God, this happened. Like, it's a great story. It can end at that. Not every great performer. Remember Anton Belov? We were all excited for Anton Belov. He stunk. Like, a player having a good Olympics doesn't mean they're going to be a good NHLer. We're not going to be having this conversation every single day on the show where it's like, whoa, this guy on Latvia scored 3 goals. Should the Oilers look at him? We're not doing that shit, guys.
Also, for goalies, that just adds on to the voodoo thing we've talked about with goaltenders, man.
The that goalie, what's his name again? Samuel, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, his numbers don't look great at the World Juniors, but if I remember correctly, he was really solid and played as like a 16-year-old or something like that. They're good for him.
One more thing to touch on, because I kind of forgot about it, and McDoust commented and reminded me. If the Canucks start trading guys with term, I don't have interest in Connor Garland, only because he has a 6x6 extension that hasn't even kicked in yet. You're agreeing to take on a big contract for a guy who I would describe as middle 6. He's definitely not a 4th liner. He's a 2nd or 3rd liner. He isn't going to be a play-driving top 6 guy for you. I have no interest in paying him $6 million.
It's just a lot.
I struggle with Jake DeBrusk at 5.5 too. As much as I would love the story, he does a lot of his damage on the power play. I don't know if Jake DeBrusk helps you all that much at 5-on-5.
I would agree. I think DeBrusk made his bet a few years ago.
Yeah.
When he didn't sign in Edmonton, he signed in Vancouver. It is very interesting, the amount of players. I'd love to go through and research it a little bit more, but like that passed on Edmonton to like strictly go to Vancouver.
Yeah.
because there was DeBrusque and Besser, the big two, I think.
Markstrom passed on Edmonton to sign in Calgary.
Calgary, yeah.
Kuzmenko.
Another one. As I look at them now, like who, out of those 4 players, if you were picking today, which 4 would you take? What out of the 4, who would you take on the others?
Out of the 4,
Those, like, it was Besser, DeBrusque, Markstrom, and Kuzmenko. Because they have the same Vancouver or Calgary.
Besser.
Or Blake Coleman was another one, if I'm not mistaken. It's very interesting. How much, this is a fun question. How much influence does the mountains have on the Edmonton Oilers' lack of success?
But remember that NHL bubble video said the mountains are in Edmonton. Can't forget about that.
That is funny, though, isn't it? It's like they all pick these Calgary, Vancouver for what feels like, obviously, the on-ice product, but also like life in those cities. And they're both great cities, don't get me wrong, but it is interesting. It is very interesting.
Morgan Barron has 3 more points than DeBrusque at 5-on-5 from Yeg Jacob.
There you go.
Like, again, you can spend smarter, I think, than going and bringing on a contract like DeBrusque. The only way I could maybe see it is if Trent Frederick is truly like upset at how this has gone and is like, I don't want to spend 8 years here. I changed my mind.
Yeah.
And you were to swap Frederick for DeBrusque.
I could see something similar, of similar interest, yeah. I wonder about Drew O'Connor, if he can be a buy low asset for Edmonton as well from Vancouver. Guy who plays on the penalty kill, provides a bit of speed, knows he's a bottom 6 player. He kind of is exactly what the others have stated, like, we want these guys.
Yeah.
2 years, 1 year left after this one, $2.5 million. 27 years old, labels can play left or right. It's a 12-team, no trade list. Where is he from? He's an American player, but if he's playing in Vancouver, he must love the mountains. He's from New Jersey.
Famously, no mountains there.
I like you say, like, thoroughly bottom 6 player. There he is.
Yeah.
God damn it. He is a bottom 6
I
guy,
know,
though.
but I'm just saying Vancouver. That makes
That
me
is
laugh.
crazy. Right side. Linus Carlson, Connor Garland, Jonathan Lekamaki.
Terrible
Look
hockey
at the
club.
center depth. I mean,
God, I can't believe the Oilers lost to this team when we were in the city.
Well, again, Drew O'Connor is a guy, too. Like, you look at it right now, and 13 goals in 57 games is really good, and he's gotten pretty much all of them either shorthanded or at even strength. But then you look, and he's averaging 14 minutes a night. You look at the last few games, 16 minutes, 14 and a half. Like, he's going to come here and go to play 11 or 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And you worry about, is he one of those guys whose production just falls off a cliff? Based Ivy says Drew O'Connor's very Fogle-esque. TBH, I like it.
Cheaper.
Yeah, maybe I just need to watch him a little bit more. But
I just know that's his role in Vancouver. I just think could be a decent option.
yeah. All right, let's get to our Spotify comments in question. Yesterday, the question was, who is one team that you would want Stan Bowman to call? We got, 3 comments, I think, Spotify? Step it up. Get the comments rolling. We're going to start reading them again. So if you want to have your say and you're a podcast listener, you can do so by commenting on Spotify. If you have a longer form take, you can email Zach@OilersNation.com and title it Letters to the Editor, a new thing we're doing here at Oilers Nation. So again, a couple of ways for you to get things off your chest. But yesterday, the question, who is one team that you want Stan Bowman to call? Our boy Rusty said Stan Bowman needs to call Nashville. Find a way to get some combo of O'Reilly, Forsberg, Blankenberg, and maybe Saros. Maybe not Saros, but there are a lot of good options there. Side note, Team USA is winning gold this year in men and women's hockey. LFG USA. Rusty, of course, from Utah. They're not going to trade Blankenberg. I think they really, really value him. I had Chris Mason on DFO the other day, the former Predator who works for their TV network right now. They love Nick Blankenberg. Saros, non-starter. Forsberg ain't happening this year. That'll happen if/when they get a new general manager in place, maybe in the summer if it happens at all. O'Reilly's a possibility, but just get ready that he's going to be expensive. That is a deal that, again, probably has a first-round pick and Ike Howard attached to it. So you need to be ready if you want Ryan O'Reilly to say goodbye to a couple of pretty valuable pieces in your system.
And you can thank the Colorado Avalanche for that.
Because they set the market with Brock Nelson.
Yeah, and now he's doing really well for them.
Yeah, totally. Clean is in. The non-realistic answer is Tom Wilson. The realistic answer is OEL. 2 different positions, of course. OEL, yes, I agree. Very realistic. Tom Wilson, yeah, I mean, that's just never happening. Washington's not going into a rebuild, even if Ovi leaves. They have this new young core coming.
Yeah.
They're just not going to do that. Third one from Chandler. Bowman should be giving the Devils of a call. They're underwhelmed. They've underwhelmed again and could probably look at shaking things up. There could be a decent player shaking loose as a result. I think New Jersey's probably not going to punt on the season because that would be a tough look for Tom Fitzgerald. I don't even know who you'd like. Do you like Stefan Nason?
He had a really good year last year.
Really hot
right?
start. People were talking about him maybe being on the Four Nations team a year ago.
Really?
Well, remember, he did something crazy where he scored like 12 goals in the
yeah.
first 25 games or something. He had 22 goals a year ago, but 11 of them came on the power play. That's your tell if you're looking at guys for the Oilers. They can't be power play guys.
When the Devils came through, I thought their bottom six was decent. I'd have interest in this guy, Connor Brown. He's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he's good.
Should have probably kept him around. Nothing too crazy, to be honest, on the Devils. They have a weird team. It's similar to Florida, where it's just like, I don't think they're going to punt on anything.
They have a lot of D-men, and they want to make room for young guys at some point. Dougie Hamilton's a non-starter because he's $9 million. If they were willing to deal a guy like Kovacevic, who they just signed, so they obviously wouldn't, maybe. Brett Pesce, but they're expensive. I just don't see it.
Full no moves on both those guys for a couple of years, too.
Reunion with Connor Brown, if they take Mangiapane, sure.
Yeah.
I'll give you a pick, too.
I would do anything for have Connor Brown back.
What's the Cody Glass contract situation?
He has 1 year left at $2.5 million. Yeah.
He impressed me every time we play the Devils.
Yeah, he does seem to do well. I think that ship has sailed a little bit too.
Yeah.
Someone said, I'd take Siegenthaler. He's
left shot. I don't know.
I don't know. I think the others are probably looking for a right shot.
Yeah.
Or if they were to take Siegenthaler, then I think you could see Spencer Stasny going to the bleachers for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's the end of our trade talk. I really want to watch the last end of this curling game, so let's wrap up the show.
Okay, sounds good. Someone said New Jersey is in the mountains. They have mountains in New Jersey. So maybe Drew O'Connor is not coming here. Colorado could be an option.
Yeah, they just bought Bukestad. They're not a seller. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Let's go
They should be
stake out
going through
Sobe
that
Sherrod Park and see
Yeah,
who's
see-
around.
see-
See
Bobby.
who's buzzing. Tomorrow, no Oilers Nation Everyday tomorrow. No show, because we are streaming at 8:40 a.m. live from Greta. You can join us. We're streaming 8:40 a.m. for the entire Canada game. Carter Hutton's going to stop by. We're going to have a bunch of friends pop on the show. Very excited for that. But a full watch along for the Canada game tomorrow, so I can't wait.
Are we live on this channel too?
Yeah, I think we're going live
Cool.
on this channel and DFO.
Cool.
I'm going to put us on this, on all our socials. DFO should have a YouTube channel as well. Throw in questions, game recommendations. We got all kinds of fun stuff.
We're going to play bingo.
Yeah, do me a favor if you're watching. If you're watching on ON, that's great. But just keep the Daily Face-Off tab open too. Watch them both.
Run up the numbers. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for popping in today and watching. Thank you to Jeff Marek for giving us some time. That's a wrap on today's edition of Oilers Nation Everyday. 8:40 tomorrow. Watch along. Canada. Czechia. Join us. Oil up. Canada up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Everyday, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.